Hey creatives, Seb here. In today's video, we're talking about how to grow on Instagram organically in 2021. We're going to be covering how the Instagram algorithm works and how you can analyze your content on your profile for the maximum reach possible. Now, just before we get started, if you are new here, welcome. My name's Seb. This channel is all about videography, video editing, and photography. I'm all about posting high quality short form content, so if that does sound interesting to you, then do consider subscribing, but let's get on with the video. Now, the first thing I want to explain to you is the Instagram algorithm and how it works. So the Instagram algorithm can be pretty tricky, but when it comes to Instagram, everything is tactical, so everything has a purpose. So I'm gonna give you 6 of my best tips on how you can start using the Instagram algorithm to your advantage and start growing organically on Instagram. So tip number 1 is make sure you're engaged with your audience. When you post to Instagram, the first 1 to 2 hours are the most important. Instagram's algorithm works in waves. So the first wave is going to be pushing out to your most loyal fans, or also known as your true fans. So these are the people that are always commenting on your post, people that check out your profile quite a lot, people that you message with in your DMs or just send you loads of messages. Those are going to be deemed as your loyal fans, and Instagram's going to push your content out to those people first. If your fans are then enjoying your content, engaging with it, commenting, all that sort of stuff, it's then going to push it out to the second wave, which is generally about 3 to 6 hours later. And if that's successful, it will then push it out to the explore page. Going back to the first point, within the first 1 hour, you want to get as many people engaging with your content as possible. So what can you do to get Instagram on your side? You need to focus on building more true fans. So one of the easiest ways to do this if you're a small account is just message all of your friends. Be like, hey, I just made a post. Do you mind leaving a comment, saving it, liking it, just engaging with it overall? And then the next step is, if you're a bigger account, you need to start building relationships with your followers. So the best way to do this is just reply to all of your comments as meaningful as possible. If people have questions, don't just leave emojis as replies in your comments, actually answer their questions, all that sort of stuff. Another great step in this is just replying to people's DMs. I get hundreds of DMs and people just ask me genuine questions on tutorials, how to do certain effects in videography or photography, and I just reply to everyone. And the great thing about this is that you're building a genuine relationship with your audience. And number 2, you're also telling Instagram that you're engaging with your community. So what that's going to do overall is boost your profile, but it's also going to boost your posts in consequence. Tip number 2 is post at the best time for your audience. There are 2 ways you can do this within the Instagram app. Number 1 is checking your analytics and just checking when people are most active throughout the day and the week. And number 2 is you can actually go onto your stories, then go to the live section, and then it'll actually tell you who's live at the moment. Another way you can check is using a third-party app called Flick. It's got really great analytics, a little bit more in depth rather than the Instagram app. So I definitely recommend you check that out. And it's also one of the best Instagram hashtag apps that you can get. So if you need an Instagram hashtag strategy, I definitely recommend you check Flick out. I'll leave a link to that in the description down below. And I was actually thinking of making an Instagram hashtag strategy video next week. So if it does sound interesting to you and you want to see that video, let me know in the comments down below. Tell me that you want to see this Instagram hashtag video and I'll be sure to make it next week. A bonus tip to go along with tip number 2 is to make sure you're interacting with your followers at least 15 minutes before you post on your profile, which is just a really great way to tell your followers that you're online, and then they'll get a notification saying that you've commented on your photo. They'll most likely check out your profile once again, they'll see there's a new post, and then they'll most likely engage with your post. Tip number 3 is share your content and make your content shareable. As soon as you post, share your content to your stories. This is a great way to increase your chances of getting more interaction and engagement to your post within the first few hours, which is super beneficial if you want to reach the explore page. On top of this, try and make your content as shareable as possible. What I mean by this is if people can relate to your content, if they find it funny or you have an amazing tutorial, people have a higher chance of tagging their friends in the post, even potentially sharing it to their stories, saving it for later, which is considered as a super like, you know, the little save feature. That's amazing for the Instagram algorithm. So if you can make your content as shareable as possible, people are going to interact with it a lot more, which is going to boost you growing organically a lot faster. Tip 4 is interact with your hashtags. Now, I'm not going to go into too much details with hashtags, but make sure you use the 30 hashtags. They're there for a reason. Now, what I mean about interacting with hashtags, if I'm doing a Lightroom tutorial and I put hashtag Lightroom mobile, hashtag Lightroom tutorial, all these hashtags, make sure you interact with them. So if you click on it, interact with like the first 5 posts or whatever, put a little comment or something. Now this is going to be really great because the people that have posted a content and you're interacting with are most likely going to also check out your profile. And if they see that you're posting a Lightroom tutorial, they might check it out, they might comment, they might save it, they might even share it to their stories and even drop you a follow. So this is a huge indication to the Instagram algorithm that your post is really good and it meets the requirements to that hashtag. So it's just going to push it out to a lot more people and you have a higher potential of reaching the explore page. Tip 5 is optimize your content. You want to be trying to get your followers to spend as much time on your post and your profile as possible. I'm not sure if you've seen the movie The Social Dilemma, but they actually speak about how Instagram tracks every single movement. So every swipe, every time you stop, every single click that you do, Instagram is checking it and analyzing it for their algorithm. So you want to make your content as relatable, shareable, engageable as possible. Make sure you have an interesting description, make sure you add geotags, music, all that sort of stuff, because Instagram's going to be tracking every single second you spend on that post. And if it passes the threshold, then it's going to push it out to more people, because it's just sending a flag to the algorithm saying people are spending 20 seconds on the post rather than the average 2 seconds on a post. So make sure that your content is optimized so people can spend as much time on it as possible. Tip 6 is use Instagram Reels. If you're not using Instagram Reels, you're missing out on a chance of getting hundreds of thousands of views on your profile every single day. I recently did a video where I grew over 5,000 followers on Instagram in less than 7 days. If you want to watch that video, I'll have it linked up here as well as in the description down below. I also have multiple videos with the best Instagram Reels tips and tricks, how to go viral on Instagram Reels, and how to make higher quality Instagram Reels. The playlist for that will also be linked up here and in the description down below. But that's pretty much it for this video, guys. Once again, if you do want to see the Instagram hashtag strategy video next week, do let me know in the comments down below right now. Say you want to see this video and I'll be sure to make it for next week. But anyway, that's it for this. So thanks a lot for watching and I'll see you in the next video.